Hey guys, thanks for joining me this week on For All Things Lexington. It's the only show dedicated to Lexington, South Carolina. Here, you'll hear me talk to people, groups, bands, and organizations about where to go, what to do, and who's who in and all around our beautiful Lake Murray. I'm your host, Angela Barrett, and this is For All Things Lexington.
The For All Things Lexington podcast has been brought to you in part by...
I enjoy listening to the Talking South Carolina podcast in my car, at work, or all cozy and warm at home on a cool South Carolina day. You should too. Check out the podcast and Angela Barrett at talkingsouthcarolina.com.
Hey Carol, thanks for being with me today.
Well, thank you, Angela. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, Carol, you're the location coordinator for Wreaths across America for the Fort Jackson National Cemetery, correct?
Correct.
So what does a location coordinator do? Because it sounds like you do a lot more than tell people where the location is.
A little bit. Our job, and there is a group of us, we have a team. Our job is to organize the program, organize the wreath purchases, let people know, reach out to the community, to businesses, organizations, and individuals, and let them know exactly what Wreaths Across America is and why we have it.
Well, that brings me to my next question. Tell me what Wreaths Across America is.
Wreaths Across America is a program to remember and honor our veterans who have passed. Remember, honor, and teach is our motto. Remember those that served and have passed. Honor those that are still serving and have served. And to teach our children that freedom isn't free and it's at a cost that one day they may be asked to pay.
Right. Now, this is a year-long project for you guys to get ready for what is really right at Christmas time. But tell us when and why this all started. Give me the history.
Well, some will tell you that it happened by accident. I don't believe in this type of accident. I believe that it was a divine purpose. The Wooster family up in Maine have been in the wreath business for generations. They have miles and miles and miles of balsam forest. And their business, they tip these trees. They're not cut. They're tipped, and the wreaths are made that way. Well, Maura Wooster, who is head of the family now, about 25 years ago, they ended up with about 5,000 wreaths at the end of the season. And he remembered as a small boy winning a trip to Washington from his paper route. And he went to Arlington National Cemetery and was totally impressed, and it stuck with him. So he thought, you know what, I'm not going to dispose of these wreaths. I'm going to call up there. So he called Arlington and he said, hi, I've got these wreaths. We would love to give them to you. And they said, well, sure, but you'll have to come up here and put them out. We can't do that. So he packed them in a truck, packed his family, and off he went to Arlington. And for about 5 or 6 years, the family did that. That was their big thing, that family thing. Well, it caught on. People started saying, well, how can we do this for our cemetery? So the family started reconsidering their business and decided that they wanted to give back. And that's technically how Wreaths Across America started. People heard about it and saw about it. Now, to be honest, I don't know anywhere in the world, I don't know how they do it, but I don't know anywhere in the world you can buy a real balsam wreath for $17. How they do it, I don't know, but they do. And so every year now, all across the country, and this year it will be in 4,800 cemeteries in the U.S. and in other countries where we have our veterans buried. We'll be placing over 4.5 million wreaths across the country this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And the thing is, people make the mistake of saying Christmas wreath. This is not a Christmas wreath. This is a Veterans Memorial Wreath. And it's to remind us that we are to honor, respect, and know that they are loved and that they are victorious now. They have passed. But you've got to realize and remember that a veteran dies twice. Once when they draw their last breath, and the last time their name is spoken out loud. So we encourage everyone at every cemetery, when you go and place that wreath, say their name, say it out loud. It's important to keep their spirit alive.
Right. And that brings me to, because I've heard you say this several times. Tell me, there's this importance of one. Talk about the importance of one.
The importance of one is amazing. We are the one. One person tipped that tree. One person took those boughs and made a wreath. One person packed that wreath. One person put it in a truck. One truck driver drove that truck here. One person unpacked it. One person placed that wreath. One person sponsored that wreath. We are all the ones. It is up to us, the ones, to remember and honor the veteran.
Yeah, I always like when you tell that story. That's a good one. And so now back to the wreaths again. We don't call them Christmas wreaths. You said they're called what again?
They are Veterans Memorial Wreaths. We are remembering them, respecting them, and honoring their victory over death.
And so for those who've never been to one of these ceremonies, kind of go over what happens. And then we'll get to how we get there to that day, because you named some of that, but you're remembering one. But I talk about that day and how special it is.
Well, people hesitate sometimes. They think that you're going to be depressed coming out to a cemetery. You're not. It's the final resting place for thousands of our South Carolina veterans. And when you step on that property, a calm comes over you. You know that those veterans are at peace there. We go there to make that happen. It's a trick trying to take care of thousands of people. But because of the ones that volunteered, it happens, and it happens smoothly. We have the ones of the military that participate. We have the ones of the JROTCs and the scouts and the adults and the organizations, our sheriff's department, everybody, all the ones come together to make it happen. And when you come out that day, you will see what it really means. We have a wonderful program, music, good people speaking that lets you know from their heart what it means to honor a veteran. I will say that you'll have a few laughs. The Department of Correction and the Sheriff's Department have donated buses to help us transport people into the cemetery because we have so many attend. We literally have thousands. We had about 7,000 last year. And so we don't have vehicles in the cemetery for that protection. So the joke is you'll be riding the prison bus. If you hesitate getting on, we'll wonder if you've ridden it before. The kids love
That's a good one.
adults get a really big kick out of it. But it's because everyone has come together. All the ones.
Yeah. Now there is an official ceremony. I know, like for when you go to a funeral, a lot of times you hear taps, and I'm just going to assume that is played there as well.
Oh,
I've seen video.
Absolutely.
Well, I ain't gonna cry on that one anyway, but
there is a funny little story about that this is our 16th year. And when we had our first ceremony, I was involved with the deployment program out at Fort Jackson. And the 171st, were the ones that accommodated us for everything that we asked for to help. And so when I approached them and I said, I want taps and I want a 21 gun salute, they said, no, you don't. I'm like, no, I want a 21 gun salute. No, Miss Carol, you do not want a 21 gun salute. And I went, well, what do I want? He said, you want cannons. I went, cannons? I want cannons. So for the first several years, we had cannons. And then I got a call after the ceremony one year from the director. And he said, Miss Carol, we can't have cannons anymore. And I went, why not? He said, well, you know that nice new columbarium that we built? I went, uh-huh. He said, well, the cannons repercussion kind of cracked them. Oh, no. So that was the last time we had cannons. But Fort Jackson and...
So we're going to have in place of that now.
Oh, we have the 21 gun salute.
All right. So we're back to that. All right. Phenomenal.
We're back to the 21 gun salute, and we got that. And Fort Jackson, McIntyre, Shaw, Joint Base.
Yes.
They all participate. They all help. And we have just numbers of veterans, just oodles of veterans.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I've seen videos. I've just never personally been. And my goal is obviously this year to get there.
Oh, you should.
So now, and the people that place the wreaths on the grave site, they do that during the ceremony, or has that already been done?
Oh, no. The wreath placement ceremony immediately follows the actual ceremony program, and our public is invited to go out and help place wreaths. Now, we do have family placement starting at 9 a.m. that morning until 11:30, where families can come in and place their wreaths prior to the ceremony.
Okay.
They had the honor of placing their wreath and spending a little time there and with their family and I don't want to say enjoy, but feel that closeness with their
Sure. Should be a joyous time to be able to do that. And we've been talking about this, but we'll give everybody, it's December 14th at what time?
Correct. The actual ceremony starts at noon. The buses will start bringing the public in at 10.
Yes,
Parking is all parking is at the Blue Cross Blue Shield parking lot on Percival Road. You will be directed because you will not the sheriff's department will not let you into the cemetery. So you will be directed straight to that parking area, and there'll be plenty of people to tell you where to park and hop on a bus. And I will tell you, security is tight, so don't get upset if a dog sniffs you. It's a good dog.
As long as you're not got anything on you.
As long as you got nothing on you, you're okay.
Now, how did you get started in this? How did you get involved?
By accident again.
I don't believe that.
I was working with, like I said, the deployment program for Task Force Marshall out at Fort Jackson. And the cemetery wasn't even built then. But a friend of mine was working with the program over at Florence National Cemetery. And she said, you know, Carol, she said, you really ought to get the program going here at Fort Jackson. I said, well, there isn't a cemetery finished yet. But what we did is she went with me, bless Lori's heart, and we talked to Gene Linksweiler. And I will say he was very sweet, very tongue-in-cheek when I explained to him the type of program I wanted to do. And he said, well, Miss Carol, let me just say this. He said, I've worked at many cemeteries that had the program, and probably the best you're going to get is get a few people to help you unload the truck and put out the wreaths. I said, you do not know the Midlands of South Carolina. We are the most military-friendly community there is, and people are just waiting for an opportunity to be told what they can do to remember and honor our veterans. And he just smiled. And the first year, we only had 346 graves out there. But we had more people than that first year. each year it has grown. And Gene Linksweiler actually retired last year. And he said, I have to admit, you did it. He said, never in my wildest imagination that I think this ceremony would be the size it is and reach as many people. He said, you are our number one program. I said, well, thank you. But don't thank me. Thank all the people, all the ones that said yes. I get to hear all the, oh, you did great. I didn't do great. Our team did great. Our team did great. One person cannot do this. That it's impossible.
Right. I agree. It does take more than one, but it does take a leader, and I think you've proven that for sure. Now, when did you said when you first started the first time y'all had 16 years ago, the ceremony, there were only how many graves?
346.
And how many do you have now?
Our goal this year is 17,000 wreaths. There are 17,000 people buried there, but there are not that many headstones and
I see.
But the reason we set our goal for this number is to keep ahead of the game a little bit each year, because the cemetery is growing so rapidly. They're averaging 125 burials a month.
Oh, wow.
And with Florence filling up and Beaufort filling up, everyone will be coming here that wants to be buried at a national cemetery. Now, that's not to say that all of the graves are filled at Florence and Beaufort, but they're all spoken for.
Gotcha.
They've already been claimed. So ours is increasing rapidly.
Right. Yeah, I would imagine. Yes, at that rate. Now, Miss Carol, you are a lymphoma cancer survivor, correct?
Ooh, yes. I didn't know you knew that.
Well, one more testament to what a strong person you are. Tell me a little bit about that experience. I know it was when you finally rang the bell. I know that was probably a happy day.
I danced to the bell.
Yeah, I bet you did. Now, and when was that? When you your last cancer treatment?
My last cancer treatment was in August of 19.
Wow. Congratulations. And
Joe, I completed my 5-year.
yes, congratulations. And that is a big step. And
It is. My doctor walked in that room just a few weeks ago with the biggest smile on his face. And I went, is that a good smile? He said, you're still my miracle patient.
yeah, because you actually had stage 4.
I did.
Yeah. Well, I am telling you, I know that people say this all the time, but when you have watched people in your family or friends with cancer and someone like you, it's a lot of times it is mind over matter. You have to have that mindset, and then obviously a good team of doctors. But I mean,
Good team of doctors and the good Lord.
that's right. And that's exactly right. A lot of prayers. But yeah, just one more testament to your strength. And I'm sure that plays a lot with your leadership and how well you have done there.
There again, a lot of people supporting me
Yeah,
and the team.
absolutely. So now you also have something coming up the 9th, this coming Monday, right? Is that right?
I do have, December 9th.
Oh, it was December 9th. That's right. December 9th. Sorry.
But I actually do have something coming up. It's Monday, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But on December 9th, we have the Wreaths Across America ceremony at the South Carolina Veterans Memorial on the State House grounds.
Oh, yeah.
And that will be at noon, and the public is invited. And in keeping with that, on Monday at 9:00 at the State House, Representatives Chris Wooten and Representative Micah Caskey will be presenting us with the governor's proclamation claiming December is Wreaths Across America month in the state of South Carolina.
Oh, nice. I love Chris Wooten. He's from Lexington, where I am. So
You're in Lexington too? Me too.
that's right. Yeah, so the 9th at noon will be at the State House, and that's December 9th. And then December 14th at new, but you got to get there early.
Right.
Fort Jackson, at the Fort Jackson. Now, how far are y'all away from the goal that you guys?
Right now, I'm kind of sweating bullets. It's the same this time all of a sudden people say, oh my gosh, I forgot the order. And we have until the 3rd of December, but we're about 5,000 short right now. So yeah. But, there again, we are within 3,000 of our actual need. So between that goal and the need. So, I have confidence. Confidence. I sweat bullets this time every year that the community comes through.
And so what we need is people to purchase wreaths.
Correct.
And or donate, whatever. Right?
Yeah. I mean, they can go online and donate. They can contact me. I can send them a form. On our Facebook page, you can go there and go through, not PayPal. What is it on there? Where you can donate.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure which one it is. But yeah, so for anybody listening, you need to go right now to the Facebook page. It is
There's a form on the Facebook page where you can do a QR code and go straight to our 3 for 2 page. For every 2 wreaths that are donated to the national organization, we'll donate a third wreath free. And that website is www.wreathsacrossamerica.org/SC0015.
Right. And so if you're just typing it in, it'll be Wreaths Across America Fort Jackson National Cemetery, or South Carolina Fort Jackson National Cemetery, I think is how it goes. But
or what? You're talking about the Facebook page or the
website. If you just
you still have to put in Wreaths Across America.
Yeah, Wreaths Across America.
CrossAmerica.org. And then SCFJNC will bring you to that page, the main page, or you can, after the .org, you can do /SC0015 to go to the 3 for 2 page.
Perfect. So guys, we need some donations and we need some wreaths bought. We only have, today's the 12th, so we don't have very long before the 3rd, before the cutoff. So
exactly.
Now, as far as the public, if people want to go, do they need to purchase tickets, or they just show up at Skilling to get on the prison bus?
And there is no age limit. You can be 1 day old, or you can be 250 years old. You come. Everyone is welcome.
Perfect. Now, I know that I think you're for physical volunteers to help. I think that cutoff has already come and gone. So
Monday.
But if people would like to get involved, maybe for next year, because this does take a enormous amount of people to plan, because you'll know more, finish this, and I think I asked you a long time ago.
We'll have 2 weeks. We'll have 2 weeks to rest. Well, actually, we'll have 4 weeks to rest. And then it's time to clean up the cemetery and start all over again.
Right. So you don't get a whole lot of a break there. It really does take a full year. So they can also go to the website or the Facebook page to sign up for volunteers for next year, right?
They can, and they will be able to sign up that day when they go to the information tent at Blue Cross, and they'll be able to just sign up and be put on our contact list to be notified for next year.
Perfect. Well, Carol, thank you so much for coming on today and talking to us about Wreaths Across America. This was interesting. I can't wait to physically get there this year. Again, I've seen videos, but never physically been there. And I think this is going to be phenomenal. I encourage everybody to, again, go online right now and either the Facebook or the website and donate. We're kind of behind on our donations and wreaths that we need, and so let's get on that, guys.
Absolutely. I have confidence and faith in everyone that they're right. It can happen.
That's right. Well, thanks again for coming.
Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with me today, and I hope you enjoyed the show. If you'd like to be a guest on the show or know someone you'd like to see on the show, contact me at forallthingslexington.com. That's the number 4, allthingslexington.com.
And by Angela Barrett at homematterssc.com. Building on what matters to you.